It's really one of those combos which you want to use when the enemies are running into you. Usually with the Doom, you want to start out the fight with the Doom. So that's why we rarely see a double Doom. Though Hydra, with this poke and prod kind of style that they tend to play sometimes, we might actually see a double Doom come out a few times in this game. Usually with the Doom, you see the hero, you jump in, you want to Doom the right target. Usually it's going to be the Queen of Pain in this one, but seeing as Hydra, they do tend to go in deep, we might actually get to see a double Doom. But as I said, I kind of like the Doom being the one initiating, so the double Doom is something that doesn't happen too much, but something that will happen a lot is a double Curse Crown, and once the Dark Willow gets the Aghanim Shard, that's going to be a tough thing for Hydra to deal with overall.
Data with Dark Willow is a pretty interesting one. I don't think we've seen him play more than one, maybe even 2 games of Dark Willow. That's more of like a Hydra hero. And there's the Wraith King, so that's now a pos 4 Monkey King with the carry Wraith King. So I had an idea about this 4th pick, and it went exactly as I thought it to go. You know, Nostradamus.
10 seconds to
but still, what do you like about this Wraith King pick here?
I love it. You look at Fantastic Five and their heroes, they don't have that much armor. You have 2 strength heroes, 2 intelligence hero, no agility heroes, so not a lot of agility gain. The Doom has solid amount of base armor, but other than that, pretty much these heroes, they get one-shotted. So I'm liking it quite a lot. Also, it gives you some push that Hydra didn't have earlier on, and you know, the Pain and the Wraith King, that is a really tough lane to deal with. Now though, when I look at Fantastic Five, I would like this Grimstroke to get a Aghanim Scepter at some point. I know it's gonna be later on in the game, but the Wraith King illusion is just so strong. It crits, you can't deal with it, you can't sleep it, you can't do anything to it, and it just crushes down everyone. So I did have that in one of my games in the previous year, though not that long ago, obviously, and it kind of turned the game around completely. So I'm looking at that one as the potential, but the Wraith King, it's awesome, right? It survives the Doom, it survives the boat. You don't have much kind of waiting for him apart from the Bramble Maze. He pushes the towers, he's good in the lane, so pretty much ticks all the boxes, and Wraith King is one of the more popular carries right now in the meta, and for a good reason, for sure.
One more band to go. Enigma Viper taken away by Fantastic Five. So that does mean we do not get to see either the OD or the Enigma. So Vazia, what do you play? Do you play the Doom? Do you play something else? As Hydra is also banning out the Medusa and the Invoker. So they're looking at Malreen's hero pool. So they're suspecting this to be an offlane Doom. I feel like Malreen could still play mid-Kunkka. Or even a mid-Doom, put the Kunkka into the safe lane. It's just down to the matchups. I don't like a mid-Doom at all because of the Quap from Hydra. So would potentially like to get themselves a better matchup for the mid lane. What about Void Spirit against the Quap?
Void Spirit against the Quap is actually pretty solid. The catch on the side of Hydra, it's okay, but it's not the best. I'm not sure if Fantastic Five want to go for a mobile hero, okay? They want to show Hydra how this hero is played, and they want to show us how this hero is played, because we didn't really see it in the previous one. It's a good one against the Monkey King, against the Queen of Pain. You won't be able to jump in and out. I guess
but
that's
who do you put
fine.
Where? Laning stage is now a big question mark.
I think Underlord is in the off lane. I don't think you want him in the mid.
Quap versus Doom. Quap destroys that lane. Doom still gets farm, but that also means Quap's going to be early on, active earlier on, because she gets much more out of the lane. That enables the Wraith King to get earlier on into the game, so it matches up with Kunkka's farm. So I'm looking at trying to look at the big picture of we put the highlight onto the mid game. How this early game is going to impact the minutes to come after. Like, we're talking the 12 to 20 minutes marker, basically. So early mid game or late early game. How this kind of like evolves and revolves.
Well, maybe you're not afraid of the Queen just because you have the Doom, and you're like, this is the hero that we're definitely gonna be dooming in this game. So it is gonna be Malreen in the mid lane with the Doom. Also, you have 3 strength cores. You're kind of afraid of the physical damage. You're not afraid of the magical damage that much. So the Queen of Pain, as much as she does, these fat heroes in front, they're gonna be okay. The Underlord, he stands in front. You want to run in, you get a double Doom off. So now the Doom actually doesn't need to be initiating the fights when you have this fat guy staying in front. The thing is, though, HYDRA with this LC pick, they do pressure the Kunkka lane. They do have what it takes to kill the Underlord. They have the burst damage to go with the duel as well. And the press the attack is going to be very, very important in this game, especially with the Aghanim Shard to allow the Queen of Pain to get away from the Pit of Malice. So I think this last pick from HYDRA is just amazing. And I think Fantastic Five, this time around, they are the ones that have a hard to execute draft. And HYDRA, they have everything they need. After 20 minutes, after the Shard comes in from the Legion Commander, this Fantastic Five lineup, it gets completely countered by 1400 gold item on the side of HYDRA. So I'm just not feeling the Fantastic Five side right now, unless they just pressure the map so much from like minute 12 to 20. But that's just not the easiest thing to do with their heroes, given that they don't have any push.
Yeah, I'm also kind of looking at Fantastic Five in the course of the last 2 maps, and now adding into the third one. I believe they have played 14 unique heroes during the course of this series. 14. The only
Which is the one
repeat...
that they repeat?
that was the Spirit Breaker in game 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah.
Everything else is unique on the board. 13 actually, because the Kunkka also makes a repeat. So outside of that, everything else is new. Tells about Fantastic Five's hero pool a bit as well. I think... Yeah, it does add up, because Fantastic Five's hero pool average has been 31 different heroes. For HYDRA, it's 26. So you can kind of suspect HYDRA to pick some specific heroes over and over again, but still have a big variety or diversity in what they like to build. And now that you're looking at this lineup from HYDRA, you're looking at the Monkey King, the Wraith King, you're like, yep, these are definitely heroes that they love to play a lot. And their lineup, as you said, bit easier to execute. But wasn't Fantastic Five's lineup also hard to execute in game number 1 when they had like OD and Spirit Breaker, which is not your most traditional initiation duo?
Yeah, and that's why they lost, you know. So that's why I'm looking at this Fantastic Five lineup, and they don't have a clear let's catch this guy, especially once as I said, there's an Aghanim Shard on the LC. And we talked at the beginning, HYDRA, they love to stack, they love to farm, they love to not fight until they are ready, and this is exactly what they need to do in this game. Fantastic Five, they're the ones that are gonna be needing to force things out, but without catch, you need to push out the waves and then get together, force HYDRA to start TPing in and get multiple kills. And HYDRA, they're one of the least teams I would be looking at to make those kind of mistakes, just because of the style of Dota that they play. That's why I'm definitely favoring them in this one.
Zayats also gets the early D ward too, so Bounty's 2 for 2, and Bane picking up an extra couple bits of gold from that early Ops ward. That also means that he's getting himself a secondary sentry for this lane, with all that extra gold picked up. Get our laning stage underway, and what we're suspecting to come out of this mid lane is Malrine should still get farm, especially from him eating, devouring creeps, goblin munching, but Quap should also be getting pretty big. Doom doesn't really hit buildings either, allowing Quap to rotate around as well. Doesn't have to fear for her tower going down. Downside, Doom can eat the catapult, right? You can just devour the catapult at the 5-minute mark.
Yeah, that's a big deal for sure, though. HYDRA, they want to push only on the bottom lane, right? When that time does come, and that's with the Wraith King. So the Queen of Pain is just gonna be going for kills. That's what she needs to do. It's all about items and timings here for HYDRA. So they need the BKB Linkins of the Queen of Pain. They need that shard. They need the blink on DLC. Maybe he'll get an armlet first, Blizzy, just to be able to scale a little bit more, and then just try to get kills. Duel back, keep pushing out the waves, knowing that the enemies can't do much, and then once you're ready with the Queen of Pain to jump in, that's when you strike. And the problem with Fantastic Five, when their Doom is missing from the map, HYDRA knows, okay, we're gonna go back. When the Doom is showing on the map, there's absolutely nothing they can do. This duo of the Underlord and the Dark Willow, it is something that could surprise, just because of the Pit of Malice and the Brambles. But either way, it's not the easiest thing to pull off, especially not against the heroes of HYDRA.
Trading at bottom, they were trying to tango down the Monkey King from the tree. The slow from the Torrent. One right click away. Lining up for the Tidebringer. If only it was a cooldown. So that's going to be a salve. The Monkey King will live through this one. Nice early damage though. Blizzy, 14 CS. I don't think he's missed a single last hit so far on this LC. Early level 3 too. Blizzy's off to a great start.
It's weird to me. I think he should actually get an Orb of Venom in this lane, despite getting a Helm of Iron Will. I think he should get the Orb of Venom.
Just rush Monkey King Barn to kill everyone with Duel. That's the build you see some offlaners build on heroes like Mirana, Wind Ranger, maybe even an early Javelin on some heroes.
Yeah, it does happen from time to time, but Blizzy, he has the Helm of the Iron Will now, so he's gonna be even more of a threat to the Kunkka. As I said, I would like to see the Orb of Venom just for the extra pressure, but it seems like he doesn't want to do it just yet. And this is the thing. Kunkka, sure, he is gonna be quite annoying with the Tidebringer, but Blizzy is constantly gonna be forcing the Kunkka to go back. They do want level 3 on the Grimstroke, and then Fantastic 5 could go for a play. But the Monkey King, he just wants to keep tabs on the Grimstroke. That's why this lane is just so hard for Realm and Dara for now. And look at the difference in CS. Blizzy is just outdoing himself.
Yeah, Hydra's leading the net worth, leading the CS department when all of their heroes. Blizzy 23. He also got 21 CS on Ascol too, so they're doing a great job so far. Dream's also doing a decent work here. And Vazia, I wasn't able to find any proper information on Vazia. Did you look him up on the leaderboards or anything? Like what rank is this guy?
I didn't. I will.
Unfortunately, I can't show because I'm running production.
Yeah.
So
usually the Russian-speaking guys, they're usually around 150 to 200, not lower than that for sure. They can only be better than it. So especially when it is the DPC, just the Russian-speaking guys are just so good at Dota. At least when it comes to building MMR and winning TIs, they're also good at that this year as well.
Yeah, that was a big effect with Eastern European players migrating into European, into American teams since Spirit 1 TI. So yeah, there's some truth to that.
Yeah, but look at these lanes. Like HYDRA are just doing so well, and this is the thing. This is what you want to happen when you have this timing-based lineup. When you need to delay the game a little bit for the first maybe 20 minutes until you can get those big items going your way. You want the lanes to go well, because then with the advantage, you're gonna keep the enemies away, you're gonna keep them second guessing themselves. Can we really execute what we need to do and hit that timing perfectly? So HYDRA, this is something that they wanted to happen. This is something that they were kind of putting everything in, but Fantastic 5, they should have known that it could go this way as well. So they should have something somewhat of a failsafe, and Doom, once he gets his ulti, it wouldn't surprise me if they rotate towards Ascol. Look at him. Okay though, Blizzy?
That's very unfortunate. Blizzy was off to a great start in this game. Literally an amazing start for the Legion Commander. Now he's dead. That hurts. Wow. That hurts.
He died between the tier 1 and the tier 2 though. So it is his own aggression that killed him in the end. And you're playing against the Grimstroke and the Kunkka. Those two heroes, they do a lot of damage. He probably thought that Realm isn't gonna be going for him. He just wants to keep the Kunkka and the Grimstroke separated, but for now not able to do it in Realm, despite kind of struggling at the start. Is still very close to the top of the network charge. This goes to show that this guy knows how to handle the Kunkka, and as he gets more levels, it's going to be tougher and tougher for Blizzy.
Well, only one kill up on the board so far, so at least in terms of the lanes, we might see a bit of a ramp up in tempo in a few minutes. But right now, it looks very, very calm, very collective. Maureen going for the Midas on the Doom. Nothing too out of the ordinary out of there. Vazia, though. This is the rotation from Ascol, and it's a 3 versus 2 brawl. This should potentially be a kill on the Underlord. Sonic Wave into the arms of Dream. Crit to the face, and make themselves a kill for the Wraith King. So good move from the Quap, and totally expected that this was going to happen sooner or later, because this Doom is not a threat.
This is something that that is good for HYDRA. They open the bottom lane. The LC can pretty much stay on her own, and then the monkey can rotate to the mid lane, which allows the Queen of Pain to pretty much do whatever she wants. But it's just an Underlord. Ideally, you would like to bring down the Kunkka. It's just the problem that you don't have enough damage for him. 1200 HP. This hero. This is one of the main reasons that this hero is being played. He just can't die. And looking at HYDRA, they would need to rotate their rating as well, which I don't think is ready for just yet. And we talked about HYDRA needing a good laning stage, but in terms of gold, it's just not going that well, just because of how fast the Doom does farm.
Yeah, Doom is definitely gonna enjoy a lot. The more time given, the more farm also provided. Rotation to mid, but yeah, Frost Armor Doom, difficult target to kill. Sonic Wave still on cooldown for 60 seconds as well, so Doom is happy to stick around. Also with this matchup, you see Quap building 3 points into Shadow Strike. 3 points in Scream as well.
Yeah, he did manage to push him out of lane once, so that's definitely good. I think the idea here from HYDRA was force out the DPs. We need the Kunkka to move. We need the Kunkka to stay away, and saving the Doom, that's something that Fantastic Five would want to do. So Realm now, he'll come to the mid lane not having a TP. I think this is the time for HYDRA to strike on the bottom lane, but it seems like they're again rotating towards the top. Dream is just farming, and I would like to see this Wraith King on the aggressive. The bottom tier 1, it needs to be pressured. You need the TPs from Fantastic Five to keep getting used, because then HYDRA, they can do whatever they want, because the catch is just so limited on the side of Fantastic Five.
Even if HYDRA started off with a triple CS lead, it's a triple net worth lead for Fantastic Five with just a couple hundred gold ahead. Kunkka, Underlord, and Doom. So if Vazia is able to keep up the pace, Fantastic Five, we might be even looking at like a 3k gold lead at like the 13-14 minute mark. Given that nobody dies. If they even get a kill, that would be perfect, because Wraith King is being hunted with 4 heroes, but they're missing half of their spells. Now they got the X mark. Pillar Malice is there. They've caught 2. It's a very short stun. Dream is still okay with this. So they're just going to force them away. No kills. As mentioned, no kills given. So let's just take the tower.
Considering that Fantastic Five are pretty bad at pushing towers, this trade isn't that bad for them. They will lose the bottom tier 1, but it wasn't the Wraith King that got it. So I think that Fantastic Five are gonna be okay with it. They have no catch. I mean, they have the X, but still, it is a Wraith King, as we said. Killing him twice is gonna be a tough deal, and they saw if we continue pushing forward, there's gonna be a TP from the Queen of Pain, and that could be dangerous for them, so they'll just be content with what they got. The big thing, though, for HYDRA is that Zayat is already level 6. So the Monk King, he can get the book, he can get the extra experience, the extra education, and with that, this Bane could actually move for a play. Zayat's still gonna be under vision. That's a beautiful ward coming out from Fantastic Five, and HYDRA, they don't know it's there. So Zayat's, wherever he moves, it's probably gonna be known on the side of Fantastic Five. And this is what they need. They need to keep tabs on this Bane, because he's the one that can bring down the Doom, they can bring down the Kunkka, and you don't want that to happen right now. Fantastic Five, they want to ramp up the gold lead even more, and then maybe 15 minutes in, from 15 to 20 minutes before HYDRA get their items, that's where they want to strike.
Yeah, I agree. Like, the vision provided with these wards right now is really important for Fantastic Five, because now they see all the moves coming in from HYDRA. Even Blizzy scouted out. He's like, I want to find this first duel of mine. They can't even get to this Dark Willow because she's got Shadow Realm to dodge the duel too. Can't hit any spells either. But as soon as we finish saying that, that's a Fiend script into a duel potentially for Blizzy. So that was a tiny bit too easy. I thought they knew. Apparently they didn't. Muka, 30 HP, Realm. Oh, Tidebreaker
nice
dodge.
dodge.
Very nice there. It actually lives. Very nice. Daira's dead. Realm, is he committing to it? Oh, he wanted the Tidebringer into the trees to find somebody there. No one's there, though. His courier's also on the run. They're both running away. He feeds his courier. Blizzy's chasing him down. Here comes the Skeletons as well from one direction. Realm could just slash them down to death, but still being chased around. Zayat Sniper available. Dream comes in for the stun. Dark Rift, is he gonna get it out? Nope, it's not gonna be there in time, and the Monkey King comes in with 10 HP! No. That was so unnecessary. That was so unnecessary.
They didn't want to break the spirits of Fantastic Five. They want their opponents to be ready to fight. They don't want them just kind of giving up so early on, so they give them a kill just to make them feel a bit better. But overall, that was so unfortunate from Fantastic 5. The reason that the Doom died is because the Dark Willow didn't have her level 6, and the book was getting delivered. She got the book, and then the Terrorize just didn't come in time. If she had the Terrorize there stopping the Fiend's Reap, it would have been the Doom surviving, and a bit of a different scenario overall around the map. But after the Doom died, then the chase was on, and
that's
just so
actually
many
pretty
things going their way.
That's actually pretty big, because I didn't see that the Willow that had the book coming in, so that would have actually changed a lot of things. That could have prevented the whole system from spiraling there, because they were also fighting in mid. But very nice use of Mischief there, dodging the Tidebringer. Kept himself alive for a bit longer, then Monkey King throwing his life away into a Firestorm tick. He's going to get stunned at the tree. Zayat's 2 seconds for Fiend's Grip. Zayat's is ready to fight again.
So what do they have from items on the side of Fantastic 5? The Doom is going for a BKB. The thing that the Queen of Pain is not going for a BKB immediately, I don't think I like it. The Sanjin Kai is the way to go right now, but just with the Pit of Malice and the Bramble Maze, you will not leave the Pit of Malice.
What about
despite having the press the attack?
What about a Veils on a Quap?
Yeah, that's not something people go for right now. And when we look at HYDRA, I mean, they don't really have that much magic damage to go with her. It would just be her buffing up the Scream of Pain, which I think we can agree is not the best of things. Though Asgold, he's still farming really well. So even if he doesn't get the BKB, he'll still have the Aghanim Shard and the LC at some point. We can expect Blizzy to go for a Blink and then into an Aghanim Shard. I think that's the only normal thing to assume that he will do. Maybe he wants something else, but HYDRA now they want to use their
Fiend's Grip, but there's the Terrorize. That's going to be cancelled. Stun connect from Dream. We've also got the follow-up, but the instant purge by Blizzy. Bane is taking a lot of tick damage with Realm, X-Mark. Oh, that's a Quap Illusion. Okay.
Yeah, and pretty much understood it immediately. That illusion was in a bad position in Fantastic 5. That would have been the one that you go for with the boat, with everything.
Yeah.
No, when you find out it's just not worth it, you know, it's better to bail.
I mean, if you got hit by the torrent, I guess you could just put a salve on it. Not the first time that would have happened in this series.
Yep, definitely would have been a good play from HYDRA once more, but Fantastic 5, they know they have to do something. The 20-minute mark is still coming up, and they need to go for a smoke. Killing a king would be great here, but the thing is, which one will you get? The one in the trees or the one just chopping down the creeps in the jungle? It seems like they'll get neither, so no regicide will be happening today.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. No skeleton, nor animal found today. There's also a Bane in the mid lane. Lopez will be hoping to play Spirit Breaker right now, so he could open up the map a little bit for his team. But Willow will have to suffice. Clearing out the creep waves in mid. They've got the Catapult, which they could use for a tier 1 push. As Bazia, he's commanding his troops. He's got the triple root now. Pit into Rod into Pit, and Muka's gonna drop the Monkey King ultimate on top of the Underlord. Nice Blink duel coming in as well. Dream is also coming up, and that's gonna be enough with the Sonic Wave. That's a kill and a duel victory for HYDRA. It feels almost too easy to give this one to, but they keep their tower up with 300 HP, and now it's them on the offensive.
They do have the Fiend's Grip now. Again, there is a Terrorize to cancel it out, but still Realm needs to be very careful.
Mika get cancelled. Could Boundless strike the animation off of the Terrorize, so he was already positioning himself to protect the Bane.
That could be a play from HYDRA, but they don't even want to go for it. And this is what I was afraid for Fantastic 5. They just don't have enough catch. Even in 15 minutes into the game where HYDRA are not prepared with their items, they're not prepared with their levels, they're still getting a bit more. And Fantastic 5, they need to continue pressuring. This is why they're doing this without the duel. This time around, Vazia should be okay. And Queen of Pain, that's the best rune that you can get in this game for sure.
Yeah, the X-Mark is there. Shadow Realm, Blink duel once again on the back line. This time catching their great stroke, and that's going to be getting it. That That duel victory doesn't go through. It's a kill only. And the Doom from Malrine is there as well. Blizzy being hunted down by the Doom under the tower. And with the help of the Bedlam, they will be making that kill happen. Dream, though, he's still got a second life available. Vazia still hacking away on this Wraith King. Wraith King living, though, but the Quap Balls are getting rooted up. One more second with the Blink available for him. And Ascald keeping it up for now. And now chasing the Underlord. Now chasing him, turning it around as well. Dream with the stun. They got themselves one. He's respawning in a second. Dark Willow is falling to the ticks. And it's the crit from Dream to finish it off. And making it, by the looks of it, it's a 3 for 4 in the favor of HYDRA.
Yeah, with the Doom used, that's the most important thing. They couldn't use the double Doom in that fight. They actually made a good setup there, but the Grimstroke got caught. They made a good setup with the Underlord going in front, everyone going on him. You could have gotten it off, but just Blizzy finding the right initiation, having the ward there to the side that was not awarded by Fantastic Five, and that's the biggest mistake of that team fight. That ward there surviving means there's no double Doom, and the LC, he does die in the end, but he pretty much did his job and just destroyed the Grimstroke. Fantastic Five didn't put any emphasis in saving him, even though it was a solo Legion commander going for him. That is really
LC was kind of hoping for one extra right click so that they could have gotten the duel victory, which would have been a nice bonus on top of it. And Wraith King also had a pretty good timing there with the Desolator, so fighting for all that extra damage. Meanwhile, in top, they found a Monkey King. Pretty solid kill here for Fantastic Five, punishing the Monkey King for being too close to their towers. So good read. Now with this mid tower still up and running, Vazia has got a lot of damage on this Underlord, and might as well actually just clear this tower out of the way, because he knows the Bane can't deny it anymore. So he builds the space, he creates a bit of a gap between the two. Bane with his short right click range, unable to deny it. One kill, one tower.
Yeah, and I like how Fantastic Five played that one out. As soon as they caught the Monkey King, who had the good idea of forcing the TPs to the top lane, Fantastic Five know they can't stay on the top for too long, because there they won't be getting kills. So they need to rotate to the mid lane immediately. Supports go towards the Underlord, and that is a tower. So overall, that's quite nice for Fantastic Five, because HYDRA, they were looking to fight around that tower. They will need to find another spot for a brawl right now. It's going to be a bit easier for the Grimstroke to position himself and not actually be under vision to get the double Doom off, because Fantastic Five, it seems like they're just gearing up for that. They want the Underlord in front, and now again Muka will be taking some nice damage. Those roots are just so annoying.
They are, and it does... With just the Firestorm, and by the looks of it, a Bramble Maze, that was 700 damage onto the Monkey King. So that's quite a lot. They're smoking up. Got Fiend Script, Blink Duel. And the Blink Dagger is on Wraith King's Courier. So HYDRA's more than ready to take this fight to Fantastic Five. Vazia is burning up this Wraith King slowly. Locas on the side, Dara is also there. If either of these were to get jumped on, like Grimstroke seems to be right now, is Muka. Heavy damage, Blink Duel, Kunkka gonna get stunned up. Realm, they've got the Wraith King though controlled, and that's gonna be Wraith King losing his first life. And Blizzy, he doesn't have anything to give right now. He can't even get the dual range. He's got nowhere to save him. Locas, he misses the Terrorize, and the Dark Rift to safety. Muka gets the kill on Dara. So they burnt the ulti of Dream, but still end up losing a hero.
That was actually a good read from the side of Fantastic Five. I think they knew what HYDRA were doing, given that the Wraith King showed himself in the mid lane, kind of baiting, and the Queen of Pain was showing herself on the top. The others missing on the map. They knew that the smoke was coming, probably towards the Queen of Pain, so let's go towards the Wraith King. So definitely a smart move, but again, the Grimstroke gets caught. This time around, it was the Monkey King, and Muka, he got a solo kill. Without the Grimstroke, you can't win a big fight. You going on that Wraith King is nice, but you need all of your heroes there together, protected. But Fantastic Five now, without some of the spells on the side of HYDRA, or actually without the reincarnation, they want to be the ones on the aggressive. But I think now HYDRA are not going to be caught. They know that this could be coming, and Asgold just keeping himself away, farming towards that BKB.
Pretty calm phase, at least in terms of numbers. Teams are fighting a lot, but still neither one is actually drawing a big distance to the other. Fiend Script got instantly cancelled. Bane, he got silenced. Got silenced by a bug out of all things, and Blizzy's gonna die. Oh boy. Beautiful read from Dara. He spots the Bane as soon as he sees the Fiend Script. It wasn't even before he saw the Fiend Script. He already cast the bug, so that Fiend Script lasted for 0.1 seconds or so. So that wasn't able to hold the Doom in place. They lose the Legion Commander, but Fantastic Five, they would want to get an objective out of this kill.
Yeah, and it was a Doom used on the Queen of Pain, and she still does survive. That's a BKB not being prevented. It's gonna be Asgold still getting it. The LC is getting towards that Aghanim shard as we assume. So this Queen of Pain, her death is gonna be quite hard to make. And now TP to the top lane, the Skunka, he will be the one targeted.
Spirit Vessel with some tick damage, very nasty. On top of the armlet.
Wraith King coming in.
Is also there. Here comes Wraith King. Double Soulbind is out there. Grimstroke will take the bullet. Azia is there. Malrine was thinking about walking into the Dark Rift, but in the end, they're just going to portal themselves away. Malrine will continue to run out. Hydra starts Roshan. Fantastic Five. They need to be aware of this. They can't let this one slide. Blizzy, though. Dual. Level 10 talent. It feels like one of the most broken things in this game right now is a 200 dual cast range. He's on the low ground and he's able to catch it. They found another one. It's the Realm Kunkka this time. No BKB, so he's gonna melt like butter. Trying to armlet toggle 2 times.
Nice toggles.
3. Not gonna get the 4th one. Yeah, 3 armlet toggles. Pretty nice. But in the end, doesn't really change anything because they're just being hunted down one by one. They're not the hunters. They're the hunted. Dara.
Dream is not stopping.
Silence onto Dream. Yep. Moves the bug with the heal. Underlord still getting pushed and punished. Tries to take him down under the tower. Tries to go for a quick attempting kill. Burns the ulti off, but it's not going to be enough. Now Dara gets stumped up by Asgold. Asgold just right-clicks away. He finishes off another kill. And Malrine, the Doom's going to be falling too. Terrorize is there to cancel it for a second, but still a triple kill for Asgold. Locaz looking for the Bedlam. Tries to get anything here. LC solo on HP. They're so low, everybody, all of them, but not going to happen. It's a team wipe, and Fantastic Five, they've lost everything to Hydra.
Oh, this is just so sad. Without the Doom, there's nothing they could do. The Queen of Pain is just going in and out of fights and doing so much damage, and even finds a regen. Okay, so thank you, Gods of Dota. Fantastic Five, they're gonna be saying that one, but ironically, because Asgold now, he's ready to fight. That was without the Sonic Wave, and this Roche, it is gone. Who are they gonna give the double life to? So now both the King and the Queen are gonna be unkillable, and they're not giving away their thrones anytime soon. Asgold is just so damn powerful right now. That Lincoln Sphere, once it comes out, I don't see how you kill this Queen of Pain. The game just became so much harder for the side of Fantastic Five. They need that double Doom, and it is not a thing that you need to rely on or that you should rely on in your draft, because it's not the easiest thing to do.
It feels like this is completely out of Dota related, but I loved your King and Queen reference because this feels like a royalty draft. So obviously we have the King of the Realm, we have the Wraith King, we have the Queen Regent, the Queen of Pain. We have our own, well, I was about to say the pet. We've got the Monkey King, you know, they always have a royal pet. Usually they have pugs or something. The Royal Clown, you know, there's always one guy in the hall jungling and stuff. We've got the Bane with the cheese wheels and everything. Dude, this is literally the royalty draft.
True. And
trademarked by Harry Freak.
Yeah, literally. On the side of Fantastic Five, you have the Admiral kind of trying to overtake something, but it seems like he's gonna be sunk.
Yeah, I feel like if you replace the Legion Commander, I mean, okay, you don't actually need to, because Legion Commander, I mean, he's literally the marshal of the army. So you either use the Navy with the Kunkka or you use the army with the Legion Commander. So royalty draft. Right there. 25 minutes.
It is working out.
It is working out. It's working out really nicely for them because Fantastic Five has yet to show what they're really made of here in this last game of this series. Is this the fight to win? Malrine is going to go in. The duel is not going to go through. There's a Bane throwing in the Fiend Script. Doom is being held in place. Kunkka once again. Realm is going for these armlet toggles and he gets... Oh, he dies in the fountain as he toggles. And Doom is also going to die. Dream's going to crit into the face. Kunkka,
that was the easiest toggle so far. That was the one that anyone would get off. He survived so many times in this game, and then he's like, "Nah, let me just die in peace. I took so much damage." And he will succumb to the wound.
It was the toggle to end all toggles.
Yeah, that's just so unfortunate, you know. Imagine how he feels right now. He was all in the game, right? Very much just playing a perfect game, even though they're losing, right? Toggling everything nicely, and just that focus, it got away from him in the fountain, and he got the armlet off. Maybe he clicked it during the TP way too many times, and just kind of made a mistake. Who knows what happened? But that Doom, that was just a perfect start of the fight for Fantastic Five. They used the both. Their Kunkka gets gone on. That is the tankiest hero. You have the Doom. You could go for the double soul bind. For a double Doom on the Soulbind, and the Doom just dooms the Legion Commander, which pretty much does absolutely nothing in that fight. Blizzy was more than happy to take that one for the team. And in the next fight, the Queen of Pain will have the Lincoln series, so it's gonna be tough to deal with her. I'm just looking at this Doom, and that was definitely a big mistake from Malrine, but now Dream. That was, he didn't make a mistake, but he just got punished either way.
Yeah, it's a classic life of a support when you're playing up against a Wraith King with Desolator and stuff. Okay, nice tree cut there. Might be, I was about to say they might be able to kill the Monkey King, but it's a tough one. They've also burnt the Aegis of the Queen of Pain. It was about time that they did. Still had 1.5 minutes until it would have expired, but still, even if they burn the Aegis, they lose 2 towers. Not 1, 2. Tier 2's gone.
Yeah, and only, okay, actually no outer towers left. That is a problem for Fantastic Five. Looking at their lineup, they need to go in. They need to force Hydra into a mistake and get that double Doom off. That's how you fight. When you don't have towers, when you don't have map control, that is not something that you can do, because Hydra are always going to know where you are in Realm. He's trying to do something here on this Kunkka, but compared to the last game, he's just not up to his own standards. 1, 4, and 5 this time around. The Kunkka has been dealt with in the first pick of Fantastic Five. Just didn't do that much. They know that the enemies are on the bottom side of the map, so Fantastic Five are gonna leave the base, but the only part of the map they can somewhat overtake is gonna be their own triangle, and that is not something to be proud of. So Kunkka will get caught, and there's absolutely no one to assist him.
Yeah, it's gonna take him a long time to get taken down, but it still is a secured kill for Hydra. Nevertheless, I was looking at Muka, who has skipped boots entirely to get himself a Mage Slayer.
Yeah, we do tend to see this. Okay, we also tend to see
yeah, we've seen this scenario
Grimstroke
before.
being destroyed. Yeah.
Wraith King just doing Wraith King things.
This is a big problem. He has a Deso, he has an AC, though everything is a big problem for Fantastic Five in this game. And the Doom being caught, they have the Sonic Wave if they want to use it. Is he even worth it? No, Malrine, or not. And Asgold just destroys him 11-0. I have to say, Asgold has had a really good series in bottom lane.
Yeah, heroes are just dying all over the map fast enough, and I feel like the spine has been broken from Fantastic Five. Hydra are just everywhere. It definitely does seem like if you cut one head, another one will take its place. And Hydra is everywhere on the map. Even if they cut down this tree from Muka, even if they burn the Aegis off of the Quap, they lose 2 towers, they lose 1 hero here. They're getting pushed from every side of the map. Asgold, like, look at this level difference on these heroes. Like, these are level 23, the highest is 18 on Fantastic Five. That's a massive difference. Even the support Monkey King is higher than any of your cores.
Yeah, he has too much. He doesn't have the boot, but he has the items.
It's like it's not even about the gold difference. It's really about the XP difference between these two, because you don't even have level 3 ultis, and these are almost at 25 talents. There's another one with the duel with the blink onto the Doom, and they should be able to finish off Malrine as they do. No casualties for Hydra, and everyone's dying on Fantastic Five. Just the Kunkka and the Underlord to go. Doesn't matter. GG's called. They tap out, and Fantastic Five. This was the series they needed to win. They're not out of Division 2. Still 2 more weeks to go. But this is a costly defeat for them. But for Hydra, they're still fighting for that Position 1 and a potential spot in the upper division.
Yeah, this was a pretty solid performance coming out from Hydra. I want to say Asgold, he played well in all 3 of the games. really outdid himself. Even on the DP when they were losing his positioning, his ways that he was approaching the fights, going in, using his ulti was still great. So I have to say this guy, he was definitely the standout performer for me today. And this last game, it didn't really take much out from him, but we can see what happens when he's allowed to have a good game. He just crushes it.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna make some prep as well. So get ourselves ready for a potential talk. Though, when we're looking at this series as a whole, and especially this third one, HYDRA showed again what they were truly made of. The royalty draft definitely worked out for them, and I feel like HYDRA's experience is now starting to show. Blizzy leading the troops and really showing that experience he's picked up from his Navi times and his months in there, and the Kyrgyzstani stack is enjoying Dota right now. But I feel like Game 2, I want to go back to that and maybe even talk during the interview with whoever we're actually going to get from their team in what was their what was going on in Game 2, like what was the downside, because they have nothing against the Kunkka, but in Game 3, Harry, what do you think they really had against the Kunkka this time? They disarmed the rest of the team pretty much.
I think it most comes down to the way that Fantastic Five wanted this draft to pan out, right? It was too hard to play around them, and HYDRA, they actually had a solid hero against the Kunkka in lane. They didn't really have good heroes against the Kunkka himself. I just think Fantastic Five, they didn't really draft around the hero that much. They again went for all of these routes, and it didn't work out for them. So I think that was the main issue overall.
Yeah, it's like they managed to shut down Fantastic Five in every other aspect, you could almost say. Like the way they basically figured out how they play, and kind of the Kunkka didn't feel like it's the issue anymore if everybody else is kind of struggling throughout their game. Vazia's both good heroes got kind of banned out too. I don't think he had a bad game on the Underlord. He even had more GPM than the Kunkka did in the end. 466 is not particularly high still, but I feel like Fantastic Five fell very short in this last game, and this really divided the two teams.
There was some kind of an idea behind their draft, but every single time that you put yourself in a situation, none of my heroes can get caught, right? Our Grimstro can't get caught, and every single time he gets caught, the fight is just over for you. And HYDRA, they can pinpoint it out. It's really easy to pinpoint it out and to exploit that weakness of your draft. And I think that was the main issue. You want to go in with the Underlord, you want them to commit on him, get a double Doom off, bam, win the fight. What happens if we don't go for the Underlord? Okay, then you lose the fight immediately. And Fantastic Five, they just weren't ready for it. And of course, they put themselves in a position where a BKB, a shard on the Legion Commander, but that was the last pick, to be frank. So, it might be something that surprised them. Kind of counters your idea of a draft completely. That little second of magic immunity, it counters everything that Fantastic Five has, and it's just a disaster. You can't allow that to happen.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't feel like it's like a couple of things that you just kind of can't miss on. Get the package together. But for Fantastic Five, with this loss, they're kind of in a rough spot now. Already mentioned that they have 2 games left. They're both being played next week. So on January the 10th and January the 16th versus Nemiga and versus Bait. Nemiga is going to be the tough one because Bait hasn't won a single map so far. So obviously when you're looking at numbers and statistics, you're kind of thinking that one's winnable and the other one should be a win to keep Fantastic Five still in the groups. But a win against Nemiga would technically mean Fantastic Five going up to 2 and 4, and Nemiga, even without their game played from this week, they would go to 2 and 3. So they would have a tied amount of victories, and because F5 has beaten Nemiga, it would kind of put them in front. So that's a interesting scenario to put in, because they might actually drop them out of the groups with that one win.
That might actually happen for them, though. I kind of like the I think Bait actually has a good chance against Fantastic Five, just the way that they
They do.
played today.
They do.
Because Fantastic Five, they tend to end the game later on and be kind of weak in the first 20 minutes, whereas where Bait shines. I think Bait is on the top end of the teams when it comes to the first 20 minutes and their movements around the map. I think they lose it after that part, and there is a good chance that they crush Fantastic Five, at least in one of the games, from
Yeah.
what I've seen today. So that is something that Fantastic Five need to prepare for them for sure. So
Yeah, I agree. That should definitely be a series where Bait should win because Fantastic Five is the easiest team in terms of what the standings are right now. They are in 7th place, Bait in 8th place. So that's the series they should win, or should at least look to win, because even if it doesn't keep them in the groups, they're playing against V Gaming. Bait, that is. That's going to be a very hard challenge for them. And in a couple days, they're going to be playing against Windstrike here with their Week 4 game. For HYDRA, they have Gambit next week, and on the week after that, CIS Rejects, which is going to be their hardest opponent. And that game, I think I talked with you a couple days ago about this, that HYDRA versus CIS Rejects might just be the game to decide which one goes to the upper division and who stays in Division 2. Maybe both go up. Who knows? We have our interview ready. I think we have Askold on the line. Hello, Askold. You hear me?
Hi, I do.
Hello, welcome. And once again, it feels like we have HYDRA every time here in the winner interview with T-Panda and Harry Freak. Congrats on your win. I do want to talk a couple things about this series, especially Map 2. But before we go to that, I just want to ask you, how are your holidays, man? Did you play a lot of Dota? Did you get some time to rest?
Actually, my holidays was like we only took a break like on the 1st of January, and then we started to scrim immediately because we had our official on the 4th, like on
Right.
Dota 2 Championship.
Oh yeah, the Dota 2 CL. Yeah,
Yeah, that was.
yeah, that was a lot of games that you have been playing. How's Dota felt like? You feel like you guys have enjoyed your time with HYDRA in the last 1.5 months, 2 months that you guys have played together now?
Yeah, it was pretty good. We're all in the same town, so we have also got friends for a long time. So it was really great.
That's always great to hear. But in this specific series, you got yourself a 2-1 victory over Fantastic Five. You did lose map number 2, and I want to ask you about the draft and the way that you guys played through. Game 2, Kunkka unstoppable. How did you figure out the Kunkka into Game 3, and what happened in Game 2?
I think like the game 1 and game 2 were like exactly the same. Where our drafts were not balanced, I'll say. We didn't have like the meta heroes. We just imagined something and started to playing because we didn't expect them to be that strong. Actually, we were like favoring us. We got too much confidence, so we just
Right.
and after second game when they just beat us like we were nothing, we decided to just plan up our drafts seriously, and then
Okay.
just you know.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean,
And also there were the stand-in was as a Slayer. We didn't know what he was playing actually. The last pick Enigma was like surprising a little bit.
yeah, I agree. We had the same problem with Harry. We're like, who is this guy? Like, have you played against Vazia in pubs before? Have you seen him at all?
I think I've played him, but I never put attention to it, so I never
All right.
knew his pool.
Okay. Harry, you got some very intelligent questions for Askold?
Yeah, for sure. First game, your Kanka had a great lane. I don't know how much you talked about with Blizzy, but did you know that the Kanka was gonna do great against the Medusa and the Undying? Because when I saw that lane, I thought, nah, that's not gonna be the greatest one for HYDRA. So what happened there? Did you discuss it at all with him?
No, actually, we were thinking that this lane is going to be hard. At least, like maybe he will manage to get even lane. But when I saw that at minute like 4, he told us that Duzo is going jungle, and everyone was like super surprised. Like, what the hell is going on here? Like, how did they lose so hard? Actually, I think the first game, if they didn't win that lane so hard, we were like outdrafted a little bit. It would be really hard to play this.
Yeah, and there were a few that first game was very interesting to me because the way that you approached fights, okay, you on the void spirit, it's obvious you need to go in and out and kind of fight. But a few times your PL committed in there, and you went for that smoke towards the bottom lane. How did you think those fights were gonna go? Did you think that you had the advantage by running in super deep, or was it just, oh, we see OD, let's go, let's go? How did you talk about approaching the fights in that particular draft?
Well, we were like thinking about the first when they got really big on the lanes. We knew that we couldn't fight if they're five. We could just split them, and if we fight on our vision, decided to just poke them from a little bit. Peel goes shard, Octarine core, and we just poke them from me and PL. But couple of times, it was a little bit. We didn't wait patiently, I would say. Lepiel ran in. It's not because of his decision. It's actually
Aha.
our captain that told him to go in, and he just mindlessly go in, and then he died. And then we like talked a little bit about how we want to approach fights, and then just decided to poke them. And when there's 100 situations that they can kill us, we just run in and kill them.
Okay. So that's pretty much how it looked from our end. So I just wanted to hear if it was from your end as well. So I also want to talk about this Underlord pick from your side and from their side. Do you think that the hero is good? Do you think that the hero can be played? Or are you just trying to force it into the meta? Because we saw it kind of fall flat in both games, and two, one on your side and one on the enemies.
Well, I think Underlord is just a good pick in when you um, like in the eights or maybe in 18th draft. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So when
Yeah.
you see the lane like the PL or all the illusion heroes, you need to pick Underlord into something, not Underlord into nothing. Like if you don't see heroes and just pick Underlord, and then you get timbered and boom, you're dead.
Okay, and this last game on the Queen of Pain, I actually thought you were gonna go for the BKB first instead of the Sanjin Kaya. What made you go for the Sanjin Kaya? Did you feel like you could go? Because did you go for it just against the Doom? Because I was kind of afraid for the Pit of Malice, Bramble Maze, and stuff like that. Did you just trust your teammates that much, or is it just okay? I like the Sanjin Kaya better for the damage as well.
Well, I just think that Senjin Kaya gives a lot of boost to farm. So if I get
Oh,
Senjin
okay.
Kaya, you just like Kaya gives so much on intelligent heroes, mana regen, spell damage, and when I get Senjin Kaya, I told that I want to farm my BKB first. Only I
Okay.
join fights if they're 100% we win the fight on our vision and stuff. So I guess Senjin Kaya also the so imba item nowadays. Like
Okay.
everyone is buying it on every hero. Like
Mm,
this is
that's
just
true.
broken.
Okay, I have no more questions. Those are kind of the things I wanted to hear your perspective on, and especially on the Sanjin Kai. So you definitely wanted the BKB before you fight, and that's pretty much what I thought as well. Though, thank you for the answers. You're the definite MVP for me today. You really played all three of the games up to par for sure.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah,
thanks.
you played really well today. I have one final question before I let you go. Obviously, we have a fluff question where we always love to ask at the end of the interview. So, a potential patch is coming in a few weeks, maybe before the major, maybe after the major. I want to talk to you about Marcy. Which player in your team is most likely to pick Marcy if you go in a captain's mode game? So, who would pick it, and where would they play it?
I think Mika, our fourth position.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only guy who plays Marcy, and I personally hate Marcy, and I think four of players except Mika also hate it. But if it's
Okay.
gonna be in CM mode, I guess he's the one. I think the fourth position is the best for this hero. I don't think it's a core or position five sub because he can't really ward. I think it's like really good on position four.
Ah, pretty interesting insight. I was also thinking the same when you're thinking about like heroes like Hoodwink or Monkey King. They were also like, it's a good one, but it's also a potential off lane. It could be mid, could be pause for, and they kind of figured out where to put it. So Marcy 4, yeah, I've seen a lot in pubs. So potentially maybe Muka's the guys to play it. But with that, I'm not gonna hold you on for any longer. Thank you so much for taking the time to answer our questions. And you have any words for your fans in the stream?
Well, if I have fans in the stream, I want to thank everyone because thank you for your support. If you are here, if there are any like, especially like the Kyrgyz people who are watching this, I'm really grateful for your support because I get a lot of this in my country. Thanks, and
Can
everyone else, of course.
can you teach us one word in Kyrgyzstani? Give us one word.
I mean, I can teach you greetings, but I think it's really common, like salam alaikum.
Yeah, salam. Yeah, I think that's a very, very common one.
Yeah, I can tell you.
Sometime, if we have more Hydra interviews, we will learn more of your language. But thank you so much for tuning in today, and congrats on your win.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Well, that's a happy Ascald we had in the interview, and Hydra, they continue their march and pushing towards the potential upper division, first division spot. They're not too far away from it now. They actually lead the group with this victory, with CIS Rejects and V Gaming having one series less played than Hydra does. They still have 3 to go. Hydra has 2 more to go. I think, like he said, their team's in a good spot. They're playing in the same place. They're in the same town. They're having a good time. They're all friends together. So it feels like all the stars are in place, Harry.
Yeah, they definitely are. And Hydra, they've been looking pretty solid from the start. As I said, sometimes they take a little bit more than they can chew, and it seems like it's all coming out down from Zayats, who wants a little bit more from his team. As Asgold said right now, he sometimes tries to make decisions for his teammates as well, and he probably needs a bit more experience in the captaining role, even though this guy has been competing for the longest of times. So I'm definitely looking towards them, and gonna be quite fun watching them in the upper division, in Division 1, if they do get there. And it's looking pretty solid for them right now, though they will have a pretty hard matchup against CIS Rejects in a few weeks.
Well, we'll have to see what unfolds. Our time is coming to a close here, though, for today. So Eastern Europe will continue tomorrow, again with 2 more series, one on the mainstream preview, and then, of course, another with our Division 2 casters. Though, we want to thank all of you people tuning in today. We will catch you later on with more action on Friday and Sunday as well. We'll be back with Harry Freak. So, until then, take care of yourselves. Enjoy the Dota. Have a happy New Year 2022. Let's kick this one off with a very good roll as we're enjoying ourselves already. So until the next time, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.